TCM.com/festival.
Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to TCM, where since early this morning, we've been celebrating the life, the work, and the impact of the singular Diane Keaton. She died unexpectedly in October at the age of 79. It's hard, at least it is for me, to break down the traits, the markers that give great actors star quality, which can be elusive. Certainly, you have to possess talent, which must be cultivated and continually crafted. That's why most actors, even ones who are great from the start, tend to get better. Furthermore, they have to be relatable in some meaningful way, no matter how attractive they are, which can easily make them unrelatable. Then they have to possess something that captivates us. A sense of humor helps, certainly, but it can be a look, a glance, a way of carrying themselves that moves us, the audience, in a manner we end up recalling long after we see the movie. Like I said, it's hard for me to break down, but I know Diane Keaton possessed every single one of those characteristics and probably dozens of others that you could come up with. Keaton displayed her talent, her star quality, in consistently unexpected ways over the last 55 years in powerful dramas like The Godfather and its 2 sequels, plus Reds and Looking for Mr. Goodbar, as well as in too many comedies to name. That's the type of film she's best known for making. Some of you may not know she also made her mark behind the camera, directing feature films, television, and music videos. Ahead tonight, we've got a double feature of Keaton working with 2 of her most significant collaborators. We begin with the most influential film of her great career, the picture that established her as a legitimate icon of the 1970s. That character, a symbol of women's style and independence, was not crafted from nothing. Writer-director Woody Allen was inspired to create the character based on Diane Keaton's inimitable persona. He even named the character after her. From 1977, the rare comedy to win the Academy Award for Best Picture, directed and co-written by Allen, Annie Hall. Keaton's real last name was Hall, and that's how Allen landed on the last name. And her dad sometimes called her Di-Annie, giving us Annie Hall. Annie is an insecure, aspiring singer dating a neurotic, self-deprecating New York comedian named Alvy, played by Allen. As he based Annie on Keaton, Allen based Alvy on himself. Annie, it's unquestionably fair to say, is among the most memorable characters ever to appear on screen, infused with all the allure that comes from being purely herself. She's vulnerable and strong, funny and somber, in touch with her feelings, yet consumed with self-doubt. She is smart and silly. Annie Hall was not a type. Now, though, you'll find characters who are Annie Hall types. The film chronicles the relationship between Annie and Alvy, a wistful, romantic, often hysterically funny love story. Keaton earned the first of her 4 Best Actress Oscar nominations for this performance, and she won. This is the 4th of 8 films Diane Keaton made with Woody Allen. It's not only their most celebrated pairing, it's also Diane Keaton's signature role. From 1977, also with Tony Roberts, Carol Kane, Shelley Duvall, and Christopher Walken, Diane Keaton leads the way in Annie Hall. Annie Hall proved to be a career-defining performance for Diane Keaton, fittingly culminating with her Academy Award for Best Actress. She later wrote that she was, quote, elevated to the role of an inarticulate young woman who wanted to mold herself into someone more sophisticated. She added that being inarticulate and awkward was a walk in the park for her. You have to remember, she wrote, I was Annie Hall. Annie Hall marked Keaton and writer-director Woody Allen's fourth of 8 collaborations. Their first, Play It Again, Sam, from 1972, was the only one Allen did not direct, though he adapted the screenplay from his own Broadway play. He and Diane Keaton met and fell in love on Play It Again, Sam. She co-starred with him in the play. Their final collaboration came in the 1993 comedy Manhattan Murder Mystery, which Allen originally wrote as part of the plot for Annie Hall. Allen and Keaton remained lifelong friends. His admiration for her never wavered. He once said that with the exception of Judy Holliday, Keaton is the finest screen comedian we've ever seen. When Keaton died in October, Allen described her as magical in his tribute to her for the Free Press. He also wrote, I made movies for an audience of one. Diane Keaton. Coming up, we continue our memorial tribute to Diane Keaton with a comedy she made 10 years after Annie Hall, produced by another filmmaker and friend who adored her, Nancy Meyers. Baby Boom is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Baby Boom, then Tumbleweeds, and later Pitfall. Watch your step on TCM tonight. Back by popular demand, TCM.